Hello, friends. Do you love tea and natural wellness products as much as I do? I've partnered with Positively Tea and Positively Botanicals, and I can honestly say I drink their organic loose leaf tea almost every day, and I love it. From organic teas to natural remedies, they offer high-quality products that support a healthy, mindful lifestyle. When you shop through my affiliate link, you not only discover amazing products for yourself, but you also help support the podcast. Visit the link in the show notes to explore their selections today. And for you coffee lovers, they have you covered as well. Treat yourself, support the show, and keep connecting with the natural world. Hello, friends, and welcome to the Nature Wander. I'm Paul, your host, and today I want to talk about something that's going on this Saturday. Yeah, we're getting into the holiday season. We have, tomorrow, if you're listening to this on the day it came out on Thursday, tomorrow is Crazy Friday. Yeah, the day after Thanksgiving. Oh, by the way, happy Thanksgiving. But tomorrow is the day that everyone has their sales. I've noticed over the years it's gotten a little calmer, but everyone is kind of thinking, oh, Christmas, I got to get all my Christmas shopping done. So everyone's out shopping and going crazy buying stuff. And then comes the better day, Saturday. That's the day you should wait for. Avoid the craziness on Black Friday. Yeah, get out there on Small Business Saturday. And you may be wondering, why on earth am I promoting Small Business Saturday? This is a nature podcast, not a business podcast. Well, actually, I like to every single year promote Small Business Saturday. It means a lot to me. I always participate in it, although usually I'm helping my wife at her shop. But the reason that I like to participate and I like to promote Small Business Saturday is because it's very important for the environment. You see, most people don't realize it, but Small Business Saturday is more than just supporting local small businesses, the mom and pop businesses, supporting your local community, helping the economy in your town, in your neighborhood, but it's also helping the environment. And yes, I believe in all the other things too. I always like supporting the small business person, not just because my wife is a small business owner, but I know a lot of people who are small business owners, and small businesses treat you better. And they treat the environment better, usually. Not all of them, but most of them do. It depends on the product sometimes. But I always like to support small businesses because, well, it helps the environment. How does it do that? Well, let's talk about it. So when you are supporting small businesses, you are supporting not the big box chain. I'm not going to mention any names. I don't want to get in any trouble here, but you're not supporting this big mega corporation that's all over the U.S. or all over the world. Instead, you're supporting a small mom and pop business. Someone who, well, they either out of their own heart or inherited it, because a lot of these small businesses have been handed down from generation to generation. But someone started that business trying to help their community and, of course, make a living off of it themselves. But more importantly, smaller businesses seem to, they think more eco-friendly. So let's talk a little bit about how shopping on Small Business Saturday, shopping locally, shopping small, helps the environment. Okay, so shopping Small Business Saturday. Skip the craziness on Friday. I suggest that you make Small Business Saturday every day with your holiday shopping. Yeah, go to the small businesses before you go to the big box stores. I get it. Sometimes you can't find things at a small business and you need to go to the big box store. And that's fine, but hey, shop the small businesses first. It supports them, but like I was saying, we're going to talk more about how it helps the environment because this is a nature podcast, and that's the whole reason that I'm bringing this up is because of the nature aspect of it. Now, first of all, shopping small is much greener. It lowers your carbon footprint. Okay, and what do I mean by that? Well, first of all, goods often travel fewer miles if they are made or sourced locally. These big box stores, their products are coming from usually other countries, Japan, China, Hong Kong. So they are traveling long distances. How are they getting here? Is someone carrying them? No. They're coming here on boat, on plane, by truck. They're coming here by all these different sources that use what? Fossil fuels. We are digging up these fossil fuels, polluting the environment every time that we buy something that travels a long distance to get to our doorstep. So if you shop locally, shop the mom and pop stores, the small businesses. They are local. They are usually making things on site or locally, or they're sourcing their products locally. If it's a store, a small business that is getting products from somewhere else, make sure that they are getting them locally or making them themselves. I have gone into some small businesses that get their products from China or other countries. So that's not the idea to help the environment. If it travels fewer miles, and usually my rule of thumb is it has to have traveled less than 100 miles. I do that with my produce in the store too. When I'm shopping for food, I look at labels and I see where it's from. If that orange came from Florida and they have oranges that came from California or they have oranges that came from South America, I usually choose Florida because it's the closest to me. Next step would be California. And then finally, if they don't have them from either place, I'm going to a different store. Not that there's anything wrong with the produce from other countries, but it traveled a long ways to get to me. It's usually not as fresh then, and it polluted the environment because of the fossil fuels used to get it here. So reduce shipping emissions. If you're shopping at these big online stores or these big box stores, check to see where the product came from, where it was made, where it traveled. The longer the distance, the more environmental pollution, the more carbon footprint that it has. Okay, so that's one of the reasons why I shop small. Another reason is less packaging, less waste. If it was made by hand, if it was made right in that store, if it was made locally, maybe it was in their basement and then they just drove it to the store. I know a lot of places, especially handcrafted things, they're making it right in the store. Or they make it at home and then bring it to the store. So it doesn't travel a long distance. And they use their own packaging. Some of these things in the big box store, it's over-packaged. Yeah, it's in some plastic wrap, and then it's in a plastic container, and then they have it in a cardboard box, and they want to make it look pretty. They want to make it look desirable so that you buy it. And it's over-packaged. And where does all that packaging end up? In a landfill. Yeah, so usually the mom and pop store, either no packaging or very little packaging. I'm just thinking of my wife's pottery store. We have everything out on the shelf. Nothing's in a box. Nothing's packaged up. And when they come up to the counter and they buy the item, we will wrap it up in reused newspaper and then put it in a paper bag and give it to them. And a lot of our paper bags are basically reused from other stores. Yeah, we don't just recycle them, we reuse them. So less packaging in a small business. Now, a lot of small business, and you have to check with the small business, but many small businesses will emphasize eco-conscious sourcing. And like I said, they're either making handmade items or repurposed items. So check with the business if you're unsure. And if you ask them and they aren't doing eco-conscious sourcing, well, maybe they'll start thinking about doing that if you walk out that door and didn't buy their product. So bring it up, ask them. Don't be afraid to. I mean, you're going to find a lot of these small businesses that are owned by the person behind the counter. They want to talk to you. They want to make friends with you. So that way you're going to come back. And if they are seeing that people want the more eco-friendly sourcing, they will start doing it. Now, I did mention this aspect before, but I'm going to put a little twist on it. The community benefit, how it supports your community. It keeps the economy going in your own community, in your own town. But I also want to stress that that money that's staying locally in the local economy actually helps maintain the walkable town. It helps to build a more vibrant community. And that means less sprawl and more green space. It all kind of trickles down so that if you're supporting all these businesses, they're staying there because they can survive in that town. And therefore, it's not going further out, less sprawl, okay? More green space. So all of this community benefit is not just for the economy, it's also for the community and the green environmental aspect of the community. So every single choice that you make supports not just the business, but also healthier ecosystems, whether it's in your own community or worldwide. So anyhow, I want to talk a little bit about Christmas, holiday shopping. I know it's just around the corner and we don't want to think about it, but yeah, it's coming. And the reason I bring it up is because while you're out there shopping small, hopefully you are going to participate in Small Business Saturday and continue it on beyond Saturday too. So shop the entire holiday season at small businesses if you can. But I also want to talk about some other green holiday shopping tips. Okay, first of all, think about mindful gift giving. Maybe choose experiences over things. Like, hey, let's forget about gift giving this year and let's go for a Christmas hike instead. Or let's go to a workshop of some sort. Do something that will build memories with the family, with the friends. Maybe you want to give memberships to local nature centers. That's a great gift. It gets the people out in nature, keeps them healthier, and it helps to support the nature center as well. So start doing some more mindful gift giving, not just items that the person probably will use just a short period of time or maybe never at all. Hopefully you know people well enough to get them a good gift, but you know, sometimes as people get older, your children get older, your friends get older, it's like they have everything. What are you going to get them? And you start giving them gifts that maybe they don't really want. So that's why I always like to think about, let's do something different. Let's start giving more memories, more experiences that we can remember. Now, if you are going to do the gift giving, not the memory mindful gift giving, but the physical gift giving, try to find eco-friendly products. Buy gifts made from recycled, upcycled, or sustainable materials. Now, let me get a little more in depth with that. Everyone knows what recycled is. So you're buying something that went through the recycling process. Okay, this gift was made from recycled plastic. So they took the plastic and they turned it into what I'm giving this person. Okay, that's recycled. What's upcycled? A lot of people aren't familiar with that term. It's basically where you're taking an item that is basically close to the end of its life. It's not being used anymore. Maybe it can't be used anymore. And you turn it into something else. Not by melting it down, not by changing, what it is in a factory, but instead you are taking that item and turning it into something else. Now, this is probably a really poor example, but I remember when I was a little kid and my father had a pile of bricks that when he built our patio, he had extras and he threw it behind the garage, and they sat there for years. And so the one year, I was a little kid, I didn't have any money. So I took one of the bricks and I used the brick and tape and some pieces of wood, and I glued some wood onto the top of the brick, and I put some nails in it, and I put a string around the edges. I drilled some holes in it, and it was a paperweight pencil holder for my father's desk. It was the ugliest looking thing, but it sat on his desk for the longest time. That's upcycling. Down the road from me here, someone took a bunch of old broken hockey sticks and they made a bench out of them, and it looked really cool. So they made a bench that they put in their front yard, and the kids were really into hockey. So all these broken hockey sticks were put together as the back and the seat of the bench. So it was a really neat idea. But you can take all sorts of things. Use your imagination. Do, a search online for, hey, how can I make this item out of reused materials? Or just put in upcycled into your Google search and see what you come up with. So there's great ideas online. And if you buy something at the store, make sure it's something that is sustainable. Try to avoid things like plastic, glass, metal, things that have to be recycled. Instead, try to find something that is sustainable, that will last forever, or it'll end up biodegrading when it does end up in the landfill. So it breaks down easily. So look for sustainable materials, also materials that are harvested properly. So if you're buying something that was made out of wood, make sure it was made from sustainably harvested wood. I know it's hard to find that sometimes, but try to find that. If you're buying handmade artisan items, make sure those artisans use natural dyes, organic fibers, reclaimed wood. Make sure they're using sustainable items in their art form. And of course, shop locally, like I said. Maybe you find something at a farmer's market, craft fairs, neighborhood shops. So there's a lot of places to shop locally to get those products that are handmade or made locally. And of course, when you're out shopping, bring your own bags. Yeah, cut down on the single-use plastics while shopping. Even though they're outlawed here in New York State, some businesses somehow are getting away with the plastic bags still. But most of the time I see the paper bags, but better than that, instead of having those trees cut down to make the paper bags, bring your own bag with you. I have a whole... it sounds silly, a bag full of canvas bags. So I have canvas bag. It's got about 5 more canvas bags inside, and it just sits in my car so that whenever I go into a store, any store, not just a food store, but any store, I will take it in there Even if I'm going into a handyman store, I'm buying stuff for, making something or doing home repair, that bag is going in with me. If I go into one of these small businesses, the bag is going in with me. So it's not just, everyone always thinks canvas bags are just for the supermarket. No, take them in your store, wherever you're shopping. So like I said, I keep them right in my car with me so that when I go in the store, I've got them right there. And I always remember to take them. Well, not always, most of the time. Sometimes I'll find I get to the door and it's like, oh, I forgot my bag. And I have to walk all the way back to the car, but I always go back for it. That avoids all these single-use shopping bags, whether it's paper or plastic. Also, bundle your errands. What do I mean by that? When you're going shopping, have a plan. Okay, you're going Christmas shopping, make sure you know what you're getting for who, what stores you can find it at. That way you can go in and order, and what that does is it reduces the car trips. You're not going out today to get this one. Going out tomorrow to get that. Going out the next day to get this other gift. No, do it all in one day if you can. Okay, that way it reduces the car trips. And even better, if you're shopping locally, hopefully if you live in a town, you can walk or bike to the store when possible, of course. I don't want you walking a mile or two with 10 really heavy bags on your arms. But yeah, if you can, walk or bike. If not, reduce your car trips. Okay. And I want to talk real quick about gift wrapping. When you are gift wrapping, use cloth wraps, use reusable bags. I have a stack of old Christmas bags, and that's what we use a lot of now. Or use recycled paper. Save your Christmas paper every year, as long as it's in good shape. And, flatten it out, smooth it out nicely, and you can reuse it again the next year. Why should that end up in a landfill? If you are going to buy wrapping paper, please make sure it's recyclable. If it's shiny, if it's got sparkles all over it, it's probably not recyclable. Yeah, get something that is dull colored that can be recycled, and try to buy paper that is recycled. Okay, so buy the recycled paper and reuse it. I shouldn't say recycle it, reuse it. If it's too ripped or torn and you can't reuse it, at least get that in the recycle bin. So make sure you get out and shop locally this Saturday. Shop green for the holiday. Remember, mindful gift giving helps the environment. It helps nature. And that way we have all these beautiful places to wander in after Christmas too. Please think about going out this Saturday, Small Business Saturday, supporting your local businesses. If you live in my area, great gifts at my wife's shop. Black Raven Pottery on the historic Roycroft campus in the lower level of the Roycroft Antiques building. Had to put a plug in for her, and you can get some of my wire art down there too. Yes, if you didn't know, I do wire sculpting, and so I have some of my wire sculptures for sale in her shop. So shop small. Not just at my wife's shop, although I'd love to see you in there and say hi. Tell them you listen to the podcast if you do stop in. But shop at any local businesses. If you don't live in my area, check around, see where the mom and pop businesses are, see who has locally sourced products. A lot of handmade products, homemade. That's always the best. So I hope you have a great time getting ready for Christmas. Keep the stress down. Breathe, relax. Yeah. Don't get stressed over the holidays. I know a lot of people do. If you feel stressed, hey, go over to my other podcast, The Forest Connection. Do some of the mindfulness meditations, and that'll calm you down, relax you, so that you'll have a great pre-Christmas time shopping. So yes, please shop with the environment in mind this year. Thanks, everybody. Hope you enjoyed all these little tips on how to be environmentally friendly this holiday season. And I'll get back to some more real nature stuff in the next episode. Sorry, I got sidetracked here, but this is nature related. If you want to support the podcast, great gift for people this holiday season. I'm putting in a selfish plug for myself too here. I've got great merch at my merch store, great sweatshirts, t-shirts. They make great gifts. And also you can get nature journals. Everything, all the links are in the show notes. If you want to support the podcast, you can also go to my Ko-Fi page and support me on there. They're in the show notes as well. Have a great Small Business Saturday and keep exploring the nature around you. Hey there, fellow nature wanderers. If you're like me, you love spending time outdoors, breathing in that fresh air and connecting with the natural world. But at home, have you ever thought about what's in the products you use every single day? That's why I'm excited to share Apple Valley Natural Soap with you. Their handcrafted all-natural soaps are made with organic ingredients, essential oils, and no harsh chemicals. Awesome! So they're not only great for your skin, but they're safe for the planet. And they don't just stop at soap. Apple Valley Natural Soap also carries a full line of natural skincare products, including shampoos, body butters, facial bars, and more. All designed to nourish your skin without synthetic ingredients. You can't beat that. That's just awesome. Whether you're hiking in the woods or just winding down after a long day, their products bring a little bit of nature right into your home. And the best part? By supporting Apple Valley Natural Soap through The Nature Wanderer, you're also supporting this podcast. Just head to the show notes and click on the link for Apple Valley Natural Soap. So go ahead, treat yourself and the environment to something better. Your skin and Mother Nature will thank you. Hello, friends. I hope you're out wandering through nature, exploring the natural world around you. Do you enjoy writing about your wanderings? Nature journaling is an awesome, fun way to remember all the adventures you have taken and how you felt during those journeys. If you're looking for some beautiful journals to keep track of all your wanderings, I have several available on Amazon, including some guided journals for children. Start your journey in journaling by clicking on the link in the show notes. Keep exploring the nature around you and keep journaling all your wanderings.